Sorry, ladies.
I said, no, it's okay. We're really interested in what you've got to say.
Oh, right. Okay, brilliant. No pressure there then. So thank you ever so much for coming out. And I was just saying, isn't it nice to not have to wear big winter coats and so lovely. I know it's a bit changeable, the weather, but anyway, so I thought today we would look at some of the trends for spring. So getting us from where we've been in this freezing wet, you know, where we seem to have been for ages, into thinking about spring and how we can make that transition. So one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about was some of the colour trends. We're seeing lots and lots of, calling them sunset shades. You'll know all about sunsets, having just come back from your lovely holiday. And, you know, when we're thinking about sunset shades, we're thinking about the gorgeous oranges and the corals and the reds and, you know, all those sort of lovely, quite warm shades. But we're probably not really ready to go into, you know, bare legs and any of that yet. So I'm starting off with teaming this gorgeous sort of orange apricot-y sweater with some fine sort of needle cord trousers. They are cream, which, you know, we've still got a little bit of the weather out there, but just rolled up warm with your trainers. You know, just a couple of 1 or 2 turns to look absolutely fab and stop you in the muddy puddles. So I think these are a great transition piece. They're not too heavy and too warm, you know, as the weather gets warmer, but, you know, they're just a nice weight. So have a look at those. When we're thinking about the knitwear and we're thinking about the lovely warm sort of sunset shades, they are very, very warm in their nature. So by that I mean they're very orangey. And so we know just from trying on things ourselves that quite often we might put on a colour and go, oh no, that doesn't suit me or whatever. So if you think, oh, actually, you know, orange is not mine, if you've got warm undertones to your skin and hair and what have you, you will find that oranges are fab. But if you find that they're not, then head for something cooler. And this is a gorgeous knit. Same brand, Grace Amelia, but look at that at the back. Absolutely beautiful. Is it reversible?
It is, yeah.
It's reversible, ladies.
Bonus.
And I just think, look at that, it's beautiful. As well, you know, you could put it with your sunset shades, but also with the cooler blue. Absolutely gorgeous. And it just is lifting us out of that sort of dark and, you know, grungy sort of weather that we've been experiencing. Noise upstairs.
Yeah.
Is it a Hoover?
Right.
What is, you know, because it's reversible, what I think is absolutely brilliant is that you could, if you wanted to, just have a lovely, as it, you know, as it warms up and as we start opening up our cardigans a bit, you could just have a lovely camisole underneath and that would just sit beautifully. It's kind of like a marl effect, you know, in the colourway there, and so that would just sit beautifully underneath with the cream cords, or of course with your jeans, or, and we're coming on to this one later for a few reasons, but with the denim skirt. So you've got a few options with something like you know, a lightweight knit, particularly the reversible design there. If you like the sunset shades, but you're like, oh, I can't go quite so bold, I think this is a beautiful compromise, if you like. You've got that bright orange, that burnt orange in there, but it's not so, you know, in your face as some of the bolder ones. Now, I love a bold, so I would be happily wearing that, but I know it's not everybody. So, you know, you can have that lovely knit. Again, it's really lightweight. So you'll see that there's, you know, it's lovely for this sort of weather because you're going to be able to breathe in it as it just, you know, warms up a little bit. And again, with any of your trousers, skirts, jeans, it's a super, you know, a super one to team with pretty much anything on the lower half. Right. Now, usually not until about high summer am I talking about your summer whites, but I think it's really good to think about summer white now, because as we're going into spring, the white's coming in, and it will be great as the months get warmer. But you don't want to leave it too late and find that it's disappeared. So I have picked out this lovely, what brand is this one? Be Young, very summery top. Partly because of the oranges, but also because of the colours of the pinks. So another massive, you'll probably have seen all over the media, and if you read magazines or Instagram or whatever, you'll see that pink is huge as well this season. And I love it with the white. It just lifts that, gives it a real spring feel. You won't need it in the summer, hopefully, so you'll be able to just have that for evenings. But rather than team it with our usual blacks and dark denims, I think just having that lighter denim is just so versatile. And being that lovely sort of off-white, it's going to suit everybody, and it's going to go with everything as well. So that's just a little option there. And this is hot off the press, this one, because nobody's had it on yet. It's literally come out of a box today. And I couldn't not show you because I just think it's absolutely stunning. Right now, I'd be probably putting that with some boots or trainers. I think it's just about warm enough for us to have our ankles showing. And then you can have it with perhaps a blazer or a denim jacket. But then obviously in a few months, you're going to just wear that all by itself with a lovely sandal. Where are the, oh, you haven't got them yet, have you? The Shoe the Bear sandals that are coming in, the silver, absolutely beautiful. And
too much orange. What do you reckon? I quite like it.
So yeah, so I think it's absolutely stunning. It's great plains. Great Plains have done really well this season, I think, haven't they? They've upped their game somehow. They've more colour. There's, you know, lovely detailing on their clothing. I love the sleeves. You can push them up to 3/4 if you want to, if you don't want them long. And there's enough volume in the sleeve to be of interest, but not to be too voluminous. If that's not your thing. So yeah, beautiful, that one. That'll cinch in the waist nicely as well. Now, brilliant way to keep on using our blazers. I think it's great. You can see Wendy there looking fab in hers. And it's just, you know, I think sometimes we think, oh, I can't wear my blazers anymore. But actually you can, just like you've done, you've brought the white in, you're lifting it again, you're bringing the colourway up more to spring. And this is just a beautiful, check, but I've just teamed it with a white linen blouse. And I just think having a pop of it over the cuff, you can push them up if you want to. If you prefer just to have this sort of your wrists showing, can be quite flattering. And just having that with simple jeans, it's just gorgeous. It's just really easy to wear and takes you from, the depths of winter to spring. I'd pop it on with a trainer if I was just going casually. You could put it on with boots if you wanted to. A heel if you wanted to. Just, it would work every which way. And then of course, as it gets even warmer, or if it's an evening out, you could switch the shirt for a camisole. And again, it's just kept that quite neutral, but still it's lightening and it's, bringing that sort of, the lighter colours in, quite nicely there. And again, with jeans, with darker trousers if you wanted to, your options are endless really. So we've talked about the sunsets shades. We've talked a little bit about the pink, which we've seen in the young top, and of course the dress. Green is another colour which is all over the place, and you will see lots of it around the shop, so that's brilliant. If you know, I always think a great way to bring a colour in if you're not sure about wearing it, have it in a bag. You know, it's just a great way to update a wardrobe. This is the last one, actually. I've got this one at home here. I love it. And you know, a colourful bag will just elevate your wardrobe, you know, instantly. So you don't have to buy clothes to update your wardrobe. It can be an accessory, of course. So, and a bag's a great way to do that. It's really lightweight, this one as well. So even, you know, it's big, but it's not heavy before you start putting your stuff in, you know. If you're anything like me, to carry everything with you. So that's kind of some of the colours. A couple of the trends I wanted to talk about. Pockets. Pockets, you'll have noticed they're on lots and lots of things. I thought this was a brilliant way to show that. So this is Levite. This is my favourite brand, this one. A lovely little denim skirt, great colour. So if you feel as though maybe you are not quite ready to go to the lighter on the bottom half, you've still got the comfort of perhaps the darker denim, but you've got that detail of the pocket and that asymmetric fastening and design there. So I think that's absolutely gorgeous. You can quite easily just team that with something really simple like Wendy's Breton top. You're featuring highly tonight. You can just keep it really casual and you know, team it with your Breton top there. If you want to, you can double denim, so you can, you know, bring your denim shirts or your denim jackets in as well. And I think what is really lovely is because it's such a neutral, you know, you've got that option to bring in your knitwear and what have you. Right now, of course, you might still be preferring leggings or tights with the skirt, but fingers crossed it won't be long before we're ditching those for bare legs. But just with a nice trainer, just grab me a trainer, sorry, son. Just with a nice trainer, that's a lovely colourful one, or a white, or you know, the metallics. It's just fab. Just, you know, just a nice way to change up the wardrobe with a neutral bottom, which will go with pretty much everything that you already have. So while we're on the subject of skirts, I thought I'd show you this one. So this is a fabulous one. It is elasticated waist, so you can eat all the pies. I love it. If you've got a waist, I don't have, so I won't be bothering with the belt, but if you have got a waist and you want to show your waist, pop a belt on with it. The problem with when we haven't got a waist is that we put a belt on, it's got nowhere to sit. So we feel it's a bit like a spare part. I think it's gorgeous to pop it on with maybe a stripe, and having that sort of clash of pattern, not too much, not too in your face, but just having that around, and then that weave with the stripe. But I would keep then any jacket quite neutral. You know, maybe we'd go for the denim jacket. And that then is something that you could put on now. You could easily just put over your raincoat or something, just to, you know, keep the April showers that will soon be coming our way, hopefully not. But then when we don't need that, you've got your option just to have your denim jacket on its own. A scarf with it would keep obviously a little bit of warmth if we still need it. But I love that, just different textures. One thing I love about everything in the boutique is things are different, so there's something for us all. So it doesn't matter what colouring we are, what styles we like, there's something for us all, and the mixing of the different textures is something that we can do really easily here. Right, so the final one I think is to talk about shoulders. shoulders are a thing at the moment. This is a brilliant example of a kind of puff shoulder, but also with like the volume. It's got the elastic. Some of us will love it, some of us won't love it. Just a little word of warning: if, like me, you have a fuller bust, sometimes we can accentuate that because that just sort of sits like in a nice lovely row across there. So we just need to be a little bit careful. But and you know, large shoulders, large puff sleeves aren't for everyone. It's a personal thing for us, but certainly we can do it if we love them. And I said last one, didn't I? But I was just going to talk about spring black. So we've all got black, haven't we? And we all love it and all those things. So in the summertime, it's nice to still have some, but just to make it a little bit more, to kind of just lift it a bit and make it a little bit more seasonal. So this dress, this is Franza. I love it. It's a very lightweight fabric, so you can layer with it. So you can layer underneath now with your leggings, your tights and boots, what have you, but eventually you'll be able to wear that without the layers. It does have a fine belt, but to be honest, I think it's better, it's almost nicer without it. I think it's just a real lovely straighter shape. If you've got a really defined waist though, you'll lose your waist, so you'll probably want the belt. But I think just having that buttoning just down to the centre there, and then just being sort of free flow is fab. And it's got pockets. We love a pocket, don't we? I didn't notice these actually until just then. So the sleeve has a real flattering sort of gather on it. So it's going to be a loose sleeve. So if you're not loving showing the tops of your arms, that is a brilliant way to not draw attention, because it's not tight, but it's just got a nice bit of detail, you know, just to have something to draw the eye. Right, so the last one then is the Levite dress, and I just think this one right now you can do so many things with. It's going to be fabulous when you can wear it just by itself, but at the moment you might think, actually I want to put something with it, so you might put a knit over the top. What that would do is make it look like you've got a skirt and a jumper on. Then I think cream would be gorgeous with it too. Then if you wanted to, you just have these sleeves just slightly, a bit like I've done on my jacket, but just slightly lower than the sweater. Let's try it with that one actually, because I think that would be a better colourway. So if you have this one over the top, oops, just a minute, turn it round. Don't put this one on the video, will you? Then you can see that you're looking like you've got a jumper and a skirt on, but then, you know, eventually when it's a bit warmer, you can just wear it like this. Any little vest top, because this is like a faux wrap at the top here, any little vest top that you want, if you wanted to bring some colour in, would add the colour. So Sam's got the cream, she's got some green, and then you obviously will have maybe some options at home, and I think that's, again, beautiful, nice length, and some lovely sort of tiered gathering there. So that was just a little whistle-stop tour of some of the trends. Feel free to browse, to ask questions, try things on. I'm here to answer any styling or colour questions you've got, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.